All right, everybody, welcome to the Bally Sports Southeast pregame show here at the Spectrum Center. Sam Durham joined by Chris Verma as always. And today we will get our first look at the 2023 through 24 Charlotte Hornets as they take on the Houston Rockets. Before I begin getting your opinion, Chris, we have the starting lineups presented by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Keep in mind, fans, if you cheer loud and the players miss both free throws, you guys can get a free 2-piece chicken nugget meal due to inflation. It's not a 5 anymore. Looking at the Hornets lineup, at the point, we got LaMelo Ball, who is said to have grown 7 feet this offseason by Miles Bridges. At shooting guard, we have Terry Rozier. Small forward, Miles Bridges. He has resounded from the suspension that he got from Adam Silver. He appealed it. He only got it down to 20 games, so he is back now. At the power forward position, we have Zion Williamson, who weighed in at 350 yesterday during our media session. And then at center, we have Mark Williams. Now looking at the Houston Rockets. Point guard, Jalen Green. He's obviously a G League Ignite player. He's a product from the G League Ignite. Shooting guard, James Harden, recently signed from the 76ers. A lot of beef with him in that organization. At the small forward, we have Jashawn Tate. At the power forward, Alperen Sengun, and then the center, the former Charlotte Hornet, Miles Plumlee, making his return tonight at the Spectrum Center. So, Krish, we got our first look at this Hornets team. They only won 27 games last year. What can we expect? This is the first time these 5 have played together on the court at once. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I think LaMelo Ball is about to have a blast having to lob it to guys like Zion Williamson and Miles Bridges on the court at the same time. I mean, finally, LaMelo has some players that he would really want on a squad like this. Guys he can lob the ball to, guys he can depend on. I don't know if Zion's going to be playing all 82 games this season, but a guy that you can at least depend on for tonight. And for the Charlotte Hornets, I do see a lot coming from Mark Williams. I mean, that guy was a rim-protecting machine back in college, and he was pretty solid his rookie season for the Charlotte Hornets. Now going into his sophomore year, I expect a lot more from Mark.
Well, I'm excited to see this team line up on the defensive side of the ball. You know, they're given a tough task to begin their time together. It's James Harden. We know that quadruple step back is going to take him all the way back to Wells Fargo Center by the time he shoots the ball here in Uptown. But that being said, LaMelo Ball is said to have grown 7 feet this offseason, according to Miles Bridges. Very reliable NBA source right there. So I'm very excited to see how they close out on defense. Zion Williamson, meanwhile, he is 350 pounds on the media guide. So I think that he can guard anybody on the Houston Rockets 1 through 5 as long as he gets up and down the court. Now, that being said, we also have a new ownership group tonight. You know, the new owners. What do you think they're going to do? J. Cole, he just got the fans hyped downstairs. He was playing a live concert so the fans could enjoy it. He airballed a half quarter. What do you think is going to happen with this new ownership group? What can you see for the Hornets looking into the future now that Michael Jordan is in the past?
I mean, I'm just grateful that the Charlotte Hornets have some people watching in because you get to go to a pregame show that has J. Cole in the house. I mean, he's attempting half-court shots. I'm not saying he's making them, but he's at least getting the fans hyped up. And then you get to go watch Zion Williamson and LaMelo Ball and even Miles Bridges. Although he's making his return, there's a lot of controversy around him. This Charlotte Hornets team is going to be fun to watch, and there's a reason we have 20,000 people in the stands tonight.
All right, before we submit our final predictions, it's to quickly talk about the Houston Rockets. They're a footnote to most NBA fans. They obviously tanked for Victor Wembanyama, but they struck out on that one. They end up going outside the top 5. They select Cam Whitmore, but he has been optioned to the Rockets G League affiliate, so he will not be joining us tonight. He's only going to be playing for home games, we heard, at least for now, so that starting 3 spot goes to Jashawn Tate. So, looking forward now in this one, final score predictions presented by Bojangles. It's Bo time. I'm going to have to go with the home team, the people in that ugly teal. I'm going to go with the Charlotte Hornets tonight. I think LaMelo Ball and his same backcourt partner, Terry Rozier, we don't see them play together much. When they play together, it goes okay. I'm going to go 135 to 128. I think Zion has a pretty underwhelming first game, but I think overall we're going to see a lot of points because James Harden is not going to be playing much defense tonight. That's why I think the spread currently is Houston minus 5.5, but I think Charlotte wins by 7. What about you, Krish?
I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets winning by double digits at 14. I think LaMelo Ball has one of the best performances of his entire NBA career. And he is known, although he was injured last year, for those season openers. He has at least over 20 points per game in all of those. We expect an outstanding performance from LaMelo to light it up in the stands to start the season.
All right, before we go, here's your time for the Mission Health Injury Report sponsored by Mission Health. If you want to go get your health, we have the hospital right up the road in Uptown, Mission Health. Quickly, before we go, just want to say that Gordon Hayward, he had a crack in his knee at practice yesterday at the training facility. He's not going to be able to play tonight. And then also for the G League, the Greensboro Swarm, it is said that Bryce McGowens will be called up following tonight's game, so he will be back tomorrow. But that is all we have. Any notes, Chris, before we tip off at center court here tonight at the Spectrum Center?
Nothing much other than I hope a good performance from our superstars like LaMelo Ball. It's good to see Zion Williamson back in North Carolina, and let's fly.
All right, game 1 of 82 on the infamous Bally Sports Network, Bally Sports Southeast. I'm Sam Durham for Chris Verma, sending you guys to center court now for the tip-off between Plumlee and Williams. We're getting ready. Game 1, we're hype opening night. We hope the fans enjoy it, and we'll catch you guys during the halftime show. See you guys then. Thank you for tuning in to the Bally Sports Southeast pregame show presented by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken.